Alright, hello pandas. Welcome to the first ever Panda Hut podcast. We're your hosts, Roman Flop. In today's podcast, we're going to be talking about the current events that are going on in the community.
That's right. We also have an interview prepared with a returning player and a current staff member, so stay tuned for that. As well as our picks for the best weekly submitted videos by you guys, which will have a chance to win MVP.
Alright, Flop, so what's your take on the roleplay revival?
Well, there's a lot of work to be done on roleplay. Like, a definite revamp is needed in most of the aspects, including roles, etc. But it's definitely, I'd say, starting off good with the new staff members being added. So what do you think of the new staff team?
Honestly, I'm excited about the new staff team. I'm excited to see, the changes they can make within the community. I believe they've got, a lot of experience. They're dedicated. Between that and the current staff, I think we got a good foundation to kind of build on to the legacy that Panda Hut's created. To add on to that, it seems like a lot of the older players are returning as well. What do you think about that?
Personally, I think the old players will bring back the charm, and I'd say like the chill aspect that roleplay used to have. Like, obviously not all of the old players had a good intent towards the community, which is a shame. I mean, so a lot of them aren't coming back. But then again, on the other side, a lot of players in general were unbanned and given a chance to start fresh and make just a better name for themselves. Because just speaking about bans in general, like permabans, like there's no point in permanently banning someone.
Oh yeah, I absolutely agree. Something we kind of talked about before is, when you permaban somebody, especially somebody for like KOS or, mass KOS or something like that, like if they didn't intend to come back to the server to begin with, they're not going to come back on the server.
But yeah, like I said, there's no point in a permaban, and like you said, like it doesn't matter if you ban someone for an hour or a day or a week or a perma. Like if he didn't plan on coming back, he's not gonna come back anyway. So,
and then all you've done is kind of removed the potential for a player.
Exactly, because even now, like just in general, I think staff should be a bit more lenient on bans. Like they don't even have to ban someone, you know what I mean? Like just mute them. Like just muting someone on roleplay is basically a ban. Like what can you do?
Exactly. They're basically exactly. And then you have a player on the server as well,
So especially since Rag's back, right? I honestly think he'll be able to like revive roleplay. What's your opinion on that? On just Rag in general coming back as an admin?
Yeah, I'm excited about that as well. I think from everything I've heard about him, I never personally got to meet or talk with him at all, but from everything I've heard about him, he seems like a great guy. Seems like he's really knowledgeable, knows what he's doing, and I'm excited to see how he can kind of apply that to the state that Panda Hut's currently in now.
Right, obviously being the person that pretty much invented roleplay on Unturned, like he has a lot of experience under his belt, and he came back a few times and left, but this last time he really does have a lot of work to do. But I think with the newer staff members that he's adding, the older mods and stuff, I think the combined effort of them all will just, I don't know, I think there's gonna be a lot of work, but I think it's doable, because just the other day the server popped at like 26 players, so.
Alright, that's enough for now. I think it's time we should move on to adverts. After that, stick around. We'll be interviewing a current staff member as well as a returning player. After which, we'll be showing our picks for the top weekly videos. Those are videos submitted by you, our viewers. And we'll be announcing the winner of the MVP rank.
Today's sponsor is Tomato Casino. The casino is located in the center of Seattle, next to the gas station. The casino offers a wide range of games, as well as a chance to triple your bet with the max bet being 100,000 bamboo. So come down to Tomato Casino and win big. Thank you, Tomato, for sponsoring the podcast.
Alright, Rome, those were the advertisements for this week. Now we have here with us Miu, a returning player.
Hey, what's up, Mew? Why don't you give us a brief history of your time on Panda Hut and kind of give us an idea of about how long you've been a part of Panda Hut number 10?
Been apart for like 8 years.
And when did you leave the server exactly?
I left like multiple times, just played for a few months, left for a few months, that's how it...
Yeah, well, when was the last time you left exactly?
2021, I think.
And what made you return, like all the times you left? What made you return each time?
I really missed the screeching children. You know, the squeakiness in their voice.
Right. So the chaos of roleplay, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go roll.
So since returning to the server, most recently, how has your experience been?
So ever since I came back, I met my wife. We had 5 children. We're all playing like a family, all 7 of us.
Yeah.
So,
So you can agree that Panda Hut is a family-friendly server.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So what are your thoughts on the early staff team and a lot of the older players returning to Panda Hut number 10?
Okay, so I don't remember a lot of the older players, but the ones that I do remember are like Matt Cobra, you know?
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and others like him, like Clockman. That's pretty old school. Like that's a few years back. They really try to like push RP forward, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Especially Matt Cobra.
Yeah.
So what are your goals like now that you've returned to Panda Hut 10? Do you have any plans for any groups, or what are you in general gonna do on the server now that you're back?
Oh yeah, I got a pretty solid idea for what I want to do. I'm just gonna build my shop, and if it's gonna get popular again,
Is it
play on it.
weaponsmith shop that you had before?
What?
The weaponsmith shop you had before?
Yeah, the weaponsmith shop I had before.
And do you think it's gonna be as popular as it was before?
It's not gonna be. I'm the best weaponsmith there is, alright?
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
Going back to your weaponsmith shop, are you gonna place it kind of like in Seattle, like is it gonna be kind of the same design, like on stilts, where it's built up above mechanic, or do you have any other ideas in mind?
No, I'm planning on doing the same thing, pretty much same design behind the bank.
Nice.
Maybe even make the slippery path up to it, you know?
Very nice. I do remember that.
Just relive the good old days.
So, do you have any plans on becoming staff again?
You know, being staff is a double-edged sword. There are some really good times when you're a moderator and some really bad times, especially when there is a lot of KOSs and just people screaming at you left and right. But maybe, I don't know. Depends on how popular the server is gonna get and if I can really get into it again.
So, what's your opinion on Rag becoming admin again?
My man, Ragnarok the goat, alright? Listen here. I haven't really interacted with the guy through like those 8 years, but one interaction I did have with him was a katana duel when he had a hit on him and I was a hitman. He accepted the duel and beat my ass. So yeah, I really think we should put him in charge.
Do you think he'll be able to revive roleplay like people are saying he will?
I mean, of course.
because just yesterday the server popped at 23 players. So do you think he'll be able to manage like revive it completely?
In my eyes, he proved himself through trial of combat. Okay, so in my eyes, yeah, he will.
Do you have any more questions?
No, I can't think of anything, man. I appreciate your time, Mr. Mew, and I appreciate you coming back to the server, brother.
Thank you for having me.
Alright, so that was Mew, a returning player. Now we have with us a current admin, Santum. Hey, Santum, glad to have you, man. Thanks for being a part of the podcast. How are you doing today?
Currently, I'm doing pretty good. Life's busy in general because of school and all of that, but I'm doing pretty good myself right now, actually.
That's good.
When did you join Panda Hut, Santum?
I actually joined Panda in early of 2021, so I am not that old of a player myself actually.
What made you stick around for the year that you were actually here? Or 2 years?
To answer this question briefly, to be honest, it was mostly the community. The server itself would have been actually quite boring without the people and friends I made along the way.
I can definitely agree with that myself.
So how long have you been admin and like staff in general, Santon?
I got staff in general in the June of 2021, and I got admin in August of 2022.
Okay. And what do you think of some of the old players returning as staff?
What I think of that's actually quite good, because to be honest, OGs are mostly the chill ones and who you would like to be friends with, because the new players, most of them just talk about random stuff and they're quite weird, to be honest. So I quite enjoy all players actually returning, because they are fun to speak with and fun to play with and all of that.
Yeah, you're not alone. Like, a lot of people kind of feel the same way, I think. And what's your opinion on Rag returning? Do you think he'll be able to help kind of revive roleplay and get it into a better state, kind of keep it more active?
My opinion on Rag returning is actually pretty good, I have to say, because he's been a part of the Panda community for a while. He was the one who made this RP server in the first place. And honestly, I think with him being back, we might even be able to revive RP if we release like some good updates and all of that, and get players' interest up again.
Yeah, I think so as well. We all kind of have our hopes up for that at least. All right, Flop, do you have any more questions that you can think of?
I'll actually I'll return to a question we asked earlier, or rather it's connected to that question. So what initially made you apply for staff? Because you've been staff for a majority of your time on Panda Hut, considering like if you joined in early 2021, you also applied for staff in the earlier part of that year as well. So what made you apply for staff?
To be honest, it was mostly because I actually really liked helping people and all of that. I was quite new myself, so I wasn't the best at it, but I quite did enjoy it. And the main reason why I applied was most as a joke, because when Wyatt, ex-staff member, got team mod, my friends made jokes of that and said, bro, if Wyatt can do it, you can do it too. So that was the main reason why I applied mostly, and I did get team mod, so I'm quite proud of that.
I remember Wyatt, actually. I do remember Wyatt, and actually I can almost...
I remember him as well.
I can agree with that statement.
Yep.
At the time, only at the time, at the time he was, I remember.
Right, obviously. Yeah, I can run up that. Well, and I mean, you've made it quite far. You're an admin now, which is,
No, I have made it quite far.
To
Yes.
say top of the food chain on roleplay. So that is props to you. So, do you have any more questions, Rome, you'd like to add?
Not that I can think of, man. Not that I can think of. I think that went pretty good, honestly.
Right, yeah, I think that. Well, thank you, Santon, for giving us a bit of your time and doing the interview for the podcast.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
Santum. I appreciate it, and thank you for all your time on the server as well, for everything you've done for Panda Hut.
Definitely
I appreciate
appreciate
it.
it, obviously, for the community and helping players and whatnot. So, yeah, thank you again, and that's it.
Alright.
Check out J&K Motors, the best car tuning shop in town. Ever wanted to drive a Shark Tank? You can. What about the yacht of your dreams? Well, now you can. Head over to J&K Motors and thank you for them for sponsoring this podcast.
Thank you again to J&K Motors for sponsoring this podcast. Alright guys, now we'll be showing off our picks for the top 5 funniest videos of the week. First place will be getting the MVP rank.
So at number 5, we got a submission from Tomato Chunks showing off what seems to be a mod sit and a guy taking his friend down with him.
No, you know what? If I'm going down, I'm taking a Lanthian down with me. He said it in chat too. He said he was him. You can check chat logs.
Bro, he's not just
snitching on his friend.
Kamikaze, bro.
At number 4, we've got a video coming from an angry Hungarian, coming from the Unturnov server. Let's take a look at Unturn's broken physics.
Can you place it on now? No. Let me try something, okay? Whoa!
Our number 3 spot goes to another Hungarian. This time we got the Hungarian Duke showing us his luck on the Unturnov server.
Patrz jak to śmieszne. Się znajdę Lobskarda. Bateria. O kurwa, Lobskard.
Our number 2 spot goes to Progress with a funny and unlucky death on Unturnov. Check your surroundings next time.
And the number 1 spot goes to Chemo with a very lucky save of his skybase on one of our PvP servers.
Just in the nick of time as well. And he's the winner of our MVP rank as well, so congrats to him for that.
Alright pandas, that's all for this podcast. We thank you for listening, and remember, we're going to be giving away ranks and bamboo every podcast, so keep sending us your best videos.